Beautiful morning out here in Indiana. Here's Kenworth. Let's stop by because, man, I was getting a bumpy ride. Checking the pressure and all the tires, everything's good. But again, can't stress enough about this equipment out here. The chassis, my truck is fine, it's running good, but these damn chassis tires that are all wobbling all over the place and making me bounce. The AC is full blast. I only got it on the first. Look how foggy my window got. But anyway, let's keep it going. I have about 124 miles from my destination. So let's keep it moving. One thing I did forget to mention is my wife, for Father's Day, I haven't posted this like video since then, right? For Father's Day, she gifted me some nice quarter fenders, Hogebuilt. Let me show you.
Stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, think you're something out of my nightmares. See me right there, but if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings.
These right here. Washed the truck like 2 weeks ago. Still looks pretty clean. Gotta wash it again. But yeah, these are the nice little quarter fenders that she gifted me, dude. 30-inch Hogebuilt. They look good. But the very first day, on the other side, I got a little ding already because of these damn flatbedders dropping shit in the road. Well, you guys can see right away. Right here. Right away. I mean, it was a flatbedder. He dropped an aluminum pipe. I don't know if it's a good thing that it hit the quarter fender, but it probably saved me from a pop tire. But it just hurts because I had just installed them, and the very first day that I went to go and work, that shit happened. So it doesn't look that bad, you know. But it always hurts when somebody else, messes your equipment before you do. But enough of that. Let's keep on going. Let's do this delivery. I think this is supposed to be a drop. I'm not sure. We'll find out when we get there. So we made it, but look like it's only gonna be a drop this time. So I'm gonna drop it like the rest of these right here. They said drop it at door 22. That's what I'm gonna do. And then Bobtail on home. Or not home, but back to Chicago and see what else we could get for today. It's been kind of a pretty slow season right now. I took off a week for vacations, and then I got sick as soon as I got back, so I really took 2 weeks off. And I come back to this. So, putting it on 22, that's my spot. Let's move tandems, open doors. Let's go. That's how we do. Pull the lever, make sure the pins are inside. Got the nice little hammer just in case it didn't. And let's go in reverse. Pull on the Johnson bar. That's it. Put in reverse. Reverse a little bit. Pull the Johnson bar, and there it goes. Gotta be careful when we open the door sometimes. Look at this freaking pallet that's leaning. It's getting stuck right there, so it's good. So just throw the seal back in there, let them deal with it. Open the other door, back in. I think they knew that shit was gonna happen. Look at this, I don't even have one on the side, so they know it. Well, that's what we get as truck driver, man. Gotta go through any weather. I just hate it how every time I start recording, it looks a lot better on camera than it actually does. It looks a lot worse, you know, off the camera. But going 55 on a 65 mile per hour road. It's actually going 65 north up towards Chicago. Taking my time, taking my distance, because I'm bobtailing. If you guys don't know, it's a lot more dangerous. It takes a lot more space to brake as a bobtail than it is when you have a trailer attached to you. So it's a bit more scary when it's weather like this, but like I said, just keeping distance, taking your time. Let's keep going. Let's see where we stop next. Top of the hour. One of our guys here at the yard leaving. Good morning. This is the next day. I did come to the yard yesterday, bobtailed all the way early. Dispatcher didn't really have anything going on. I got at the yard at like about 12:15. So he ain't have anything going on, but of course, as soon as I got home and I was there for a few hours, 3-4 p.m., he texted me, hitting me up. He had some loads to go out, but at that point, well, I had no more hours on my ELD, so he had to wait till today. So here we are. Let's go head on to Kedzie. About to get up a setup and go and pick up an export. Here we are on our way. Another rainy day. Nothing changes, you know what I'm saying? Well, like I said, I went to go pick up at Kedzie. Pick up the equipment. Saw one thing wrong with the chassis, but nothing too bad. The only chassis that was around. Other than that, I had to wait for these DCLI. Gotta wait for a while. So, grab what I could. Good tires at least. So there's one question that I always get asked a lot is if I think it's a good idea to buy a truck. I always welcome that. I always encourage people to get their own truck. If they have the money, go and get a truck. Even with this economy where everything's slowed down, there's still plenty of companies out there that keep you busy enough to make good money. Now I'm not saying go and buy yourself a classic truck, Peterbilt, Kenworth W9. Those trucks, man, all the classic trucks are still up at like the 70, 60K mark. And trust me when I say this, a lot of those trucks, they only sell them at that price because they're classic. I've seen plenty of trucks out there that have in-frame engines, and those in-frames already have right around 500,000 miles. That's insane for that amount of price. We're getting a Freightliner, a Volvo, you know, 2016, 17, with an ISX. I don't know about Packard engines, or I mean, I don't know about how good the D13s are, but get something with an ISX at least. You get all that DPF stuff deleted. You should know. The trucks run well. I have one like that, deleted. I had a Volvo, and they ran great for about 5 years. Never had an issue. But you know, try to get yourself a truck that has original miles. You know, I want to say 5, 6, 700,000 miles for about 25K, maybe a little bit more. That'll be a little bit more justified than a Peterbilt with an overhaul engine at 500,000 miles for like 65, 70K. You know, like I said, they're selling those classic trucks just because people want them. If you have the money, well, I mean, there's no hating on it. Get it. You know, it's your choice. But as a starter, I would say, you know, a Freightliner or a Volvo with like 600,000-700,000 miles, you'd be all right. And yeah, you could get it. You could get it financed. You know, like I said, if you do your homework enough to know where you're gonna put your truck at, you know they're gonna be giving you work constantly, where you're gonna have steady checks or big checks. And you know, if you're gonna get it financed, the truck's gonna pay off for itself. Even if you do pay your cash as well, always do your homework on companies you lease that truck with. You want to get the best out of it. You want to make sure the company has active work and work constant. Because when you get a truck, you're gonna get real discouraged if you go to a company that's only giving you about 2-3 days. Camera cut off. We'll continue the story right now. Stopped at the Loves, because why not? Gave me a couple things. Something to snack on. I brought lunch, but I didn't bring any breakfast, so brought something for breakfast. Let's go. Oh, I got to my spot, waiting to get loaded. Where was I? Discouraged. So, if you get a truck and you lease onto a company and they're not giving you a lot of work, they're only giving you 2-3 days out of the week, it's not gonna be enough to pay the truck. It's not gonna be enough for your own bills, stuff like that. You know, you're gonna get discouraged. That's why I always say, at least, you know, always do your homework on what company best suits you for your needs, that being your bills, your truck note, you know, everything payments on everything. Just make sure you're gonna be able to afford it. Make sure that like I said, the company at least is gonna give you 5 days of work, and at least it's gonna be constant work. That way you're not sitting around stressing yourself, because trust me, if you get a company when there's no work, you'll be stressing yourself trying to find out what to do next. That happened with me. As soon as I bought this truck, that's when work slowed down. That's when all the loads started paying a lot less, and I moved to a company thinking I was going to dispatch myself, thinking it's going to be a lot better, but it came out to be even worse. And that alone right there discouraged the crap out of me. All the white hair, you know, all the stress it gave me. But you know, at the end, you got to be a hustler, you got to be a warrior, and you got to do what's best for yourself. Move on from one company to another and make it work. I got a comment on my Spanish channel saying that in Intermodal, all we do is cheap freight. Buddy, if we did cheap freight, we wouldn't be working here. There wouldn't be all these trucks doing Intermodal. Maybe you had a bad experience with a bad Intermodal move, but like I said, you gotta do your homework. Not all the companies are gonna be assholes like that, and not all companies are gonna be good like the one I'm in. There's bad, there's good. You gotta do your research before you join with a company. And believe me, there's cheap freight on everything, not just Intermodal. There's cheap freight on reefer, there's cheap freight in flatbed and dry van. There's cheap freight everywhere. It's just up to the owner operator to do the work. If they're gonna do the work for cheap, then that's, you know, it speaks a lot from the owner operator right there. Like I said, believe me, if it was cheap, I wouldn't be doing this. And if it was cheap freight, you wouldn't be seeing all these badass fucking trucks out here. Because I've seen nice badass trucks moving Intermodal. I myself have always told myself I was never gonna do Intermodal. That was the last thing I ever wanted to do, and look at me, I'm doing this. I liked it. I get to do a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm local, so I get to get home every day and still make good money. Now, I don't want to bash on anybody. Everybody has a preference. Everybody wants to go over the road, do regional and do local stuff like this. So like I said, everybody just has to make enough money for their own living. You know what I'm saying? And now, believe me, I know a lot of people that have their own authorities. Their equipment is paid off, everything, right? Truck, trailer, paid off, and they have their own authority. And I know most of those people are the laziest people ever. I'm not saying all of them either, because I've seen a couple YouTubers that have their own authority and they're hustlers, and that's what you like to see. That's what you want to see. Hustlers out here just trying to make money, trying to do the best for their family, trying to do the best for themselves, not just go out there and make about $800-900 a week and take a paycheck like that. Like, that's, as an owner operator, you should never ever have to make that low of money, unless you're living off the government somehow. But